Start off the second set with the. Turn off the radio. With first, turn off the radio.
Turn your radio off. Turn your radio off, please.
First, two jigs. The first called Bill Hearts and Drops of Brandy.
There's a certain group I think you can bring together, and I think we can do this with Tickle Harbour. I think there's both protest and celebration, you know, a certain hatred. And I think you get this sort of dichotomy in a lot of people who are thinking rather deeply about what Newfoundland's about. This two-pronged thing, a very strong dislike, okay? And on the other hand, something worthy of celebration.
But I don't think we're out to culturally expand anyone's awareness. I mean, really, basically what we want with this group is fun, good music, and a good time. But in doing that, certainly we still try. We have a certain amount of duty, you know, in the preservation of the music, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think so much that we're even. Like for me, I'm not even really conscious of Tickle Harbour's role in this cultural renaissance. You know, I mean, like you said, it's just a matter of, you know, we get together for a few tunes, and that's the size of it right there.
And that's
every now and again we get a couple of bucks for it.
And that's what
That's where the Renaissance is. That someone is willing to hire us and people are willing to listen to us.
But that's when it becomes pure. Then the form becomes pure. Then because if you're out consciously, you know, to wave these flags, like there's a lot of that nonsense going on here in Newfoundland, then I think you lose a lot of the purity there. I think with the group with us, it's just we're playing the music, hopefully, and playing tunes like people would have done 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 10 years ago.
There's a song I got out of Orion's fancy book. That's the truth. Yep. When first I landed in Liverpool, I went out on the spree. My money, alas, I spent it fast, got drunk as drunk could be. And when my money, it was all gone, 'twas then that I looked for more. Well, a man must be blind to make up his mind and go to sea once more. Once more, boys, once more, we'll go to sea once more. A man must be blind to make up his mind and go to sea once more. Last night I slept with Angeline, too drunk to roll in bed. My clothes were new, my money too. The next morning with them she had fled. And as daily I walk the streets around, you can hear the people say, there goes Jack Sprat, the old sailor lad, he must go to sea once more. Once more, boys, once more, we'll go to sea once more. There goes Jack Sprat, the old sailor lad, he must go to sea once more. Well, the first one that I came upon, it was a man they call Robber Brown. And when I asked him to take me on, he looked at me with a frown. He said the last time that you were paid off with me, you settled no score. But I'll take your advance and I'll give you a chance and I'll send you to sea once more. Once more, boys, once more, we'll go to sea once more. But I'll give you a chance and I'll take your advance and I'll send you to sea once more. Well, he shipped me on board of a whaling ship, all bound for the Arctic Sea. And the wintry winds from the west-northwest Jamaica rum would freeze. With a 20-foot oar in each man's hand, we plowed the lifelong day. It was then that I swore when once on shore that I'd go to sea no more. No more, boys, no more, we'll go to sea no more. 'Twas then that I swore when once on shore that I'd go to sea no more. Come all ye bold seafaring men that's listening to my song. And I hope in what I've said to you, you won't find nothing wrong. So take my advice, don't drink strong beer, go sleeping with any whores. But get married instead and spend all night in bed and we'll go to sea no more. No more, boys, no more, we'll go to sea no more. We'll get married instead and spend all night in bed and we'll go to sea no more. Woo! Thank you.
Two tunes now. The first is called Kitty's Rambles. Dance tune comes from King's Cove in Bonavista Bay. Great area for dancers and singers. And followed by a reel we got from Jerry Squires called The Wind Shakes the Barley.
Who else could do a tune like that? Only Jerry Squires.
Jesus, Steve, where's your feet tonight, boy?
This is a tune Jerry picked up in Change Islands when he was a little boy.
Don't pay no attention to that. Good reel coming up here now, Steve, look.
Currently, there is no better example of the Newfoundland mythology than is manifested in the various musical forms. And this is complicated too. My experience here at the university has enlightened me to probably one of the most obnoxious group of people. I'm not saying this about musicians in general, but you get a lot of purists, okay, who are looking for the traditional Newfoundland song. You know, it can't be this, it can't be this, it must be this, and will do everything in their power to push that idea down your throat and down my throat. Then the other thing, that all Newfoundlanders are musical. Newfoundland is a great musical culture. That's not true. Nothing could be further from the truth. There are parts of Newfoundland, the French culture on the west coast, the Scots and French in the Codrai Valley, and Irish, principally Irish segments of around the Avalon Peninsula. And
why would that be? You've left out the
I've left out the English.
Methodists, the Anglicans.
Yes, I've left out, well, I could probably throw in the Anglicans more with the Catholic than with the Methodists.
The first thing ever I heard was I was going across, first accordion ever I heard was going across the bounds, going, you know, over across George Jones.
George Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
George, right.
I went across Harbour, but there's a fellow up there playing accordion. I believe it was Max Wiseman, I'm not sure. But he was playing his accordion and he was playing Wooden Heart, because that was the time that Elvis Presley was on the go. I was only about 5 years old then.
Yeah.
That's the first accordion I've ever heard. But now he plays piano and stuff like that, and there's no traditional music or, you know, out there at all. just all.
So where did your interest in it come from?
Well, I was in Ireland for a year, and I heard Planksty and these groups over there, so that really got me going on it, you know. And since that, I've blossomed.
What about the tin whistle then? Did you learn to play that over in Ireland?
No, I learned that when I came back here. I used to play in a brass band in high school. I used to play a horn. And Mom and Dad went to Ireland when I was in high school. And I moved to Lewisport from Springdale. That Christmas they sent me over a recorder. And I learned how to play that. There was a little bit of instructions in with it, so I learned how to play that. I was playing that for a while, and I went to Ireland, and I saw the whistles over there, but I didn't pick them up that much. And the last time I was over, I heard Planksty, and I came back, and I got, I brought back a couple of albums with me. And I got a whistle over here and started. A recorder and a whistle was very much the same.
Thank you.
They're trying to probably make people aware of a lot of compositions, a lot of songs and people's repertoire that we had not known about before, okay? So they're getting the sort of the hidden stuff in Greenleaf and Mansfield and the Peacock books, which you find probably in some school libraries around the coast. Resentment too. I mean, what's going on vis-a-vis music, for example, in the school system? We haven't said anything about this. What is taught principally is art music, you know, a very standardized form of music, and very little, if any, time given to traditional music. And I think Des in particular, and I'm sure other members of the group too, they all realize this. They realize the standardization process taking place in the island at large.
They're all good tunes, you know. I mean, I'm sure, like, if I had never heard the song We Ran Till We Roar before, The Rhymes and the Pittance, I'd love it. I think what a great song. But there's only so much mileage you can get out of something like that. And we're trying to deal with more of the obscure tunes, more of the obscure songs and ballads, because they're as valid as the others. You know, it's just that people haven't heard them. And how can people be aware of them and know that they're if somebody doesn't play them?
The Green Shores of Fogo is an interesting one to bring up here, perhaps, because that's a beautiful ballad that is very rarely heard, it seems to me.
Yeah, it's not a very widely known song. It comes from Fogo Island, and it was collected in the Peacock books, as where I first saw it, and then I heard people sing it, Laverne Squires and people like that. And its song, I think, dates in the Second World War, actually, I believe. I'm not really sure. Even though the sentiments seem a little more flowery and a little older, and a little more dated. But interesting enough, I think that's probably the right around probably around the 40s, somewhere in there.
A lot of those songs you were talking about too, like those Newfoundland songs that you said that we steer clear. Like Des mentioned the Rhymes and Pittance. Well, actually, that song is originally "We'll Rant and We'll Roar Like True British Sailors," because that's a British sea song. You know, a lot of those songs are like that. And somebody, of course, just like put different words to them, "We'll Rant and We'll Roar Like True Newfoundlanders," you know, and changed a few words where it was necessary, you know, and then next thing you have a Newfoundland song. But I mean, I've heard that song on tape from Wolf Wareham at Folklore Department University, and the whole thing right through, exactly the same air, but it was just "We'll Rant and We'll Roar Like True British Sailors," you know. The Old Polina is another one, you know. All of those are not originally Newfoundland songs at all, most of them.
Well, I guess with a lot of the music, even the stuff you do, there are pretty strong connections with Ireland, for the most part, I suppose, to some extent to England.
Christ, like glue.
Yeah. Now that's with the tunes, but some of the songs that we lean on, the ballads, are a lot of them are strictly unique to the island in their in the tune and in the content, you know.
Farewell to the green shores of Fogo.
great weight on my mind. For I know there's one loving me truly in old Fogo I'm leaving behind. Fare thee well to the green shores of Fogo. Very well, Katie, dear, true and kind. For wherever I'll be true to thee. Since old Fogo I'm leaving behind.
In fact, I sort of gave up playing for 4 or 5 years. Before that, I played with the sort of what was called St. Catherine's Junior Symphony Orchestra, and that just took too much time. You had to be available for rehearsals and things, so I gave up on that. I didn't enjoy playing by myself at all because then I had to listen to myself play. So I didn't do anything until I came down here, really. I'm also a geologist, and I was on a field trip down here, and perhaps some people aren't aware, but the geology department at Memorial University's got more musicians per capita than any other place I've ever seen. And one of them happens to be a really excellent fiddler. He's from St. John's, actually, South Side, Hank Williams. And I heard Hank play, and I figured when I got home, boy, I better get some tune books and try to see if I could play some tunes. So that was my first exposure down here. And then it wasn't really till I met Don later on, once I was here, maybe a year and a half, that I picked up interest again and started playing a bit more.
These two tunes, the first is a slow air called Bench Girl's Lament. Two Irish tunes. The first is a slow air, the second is an Irish reel called Farewell to Ireland. Hold your tickets for the door prize. Handy pair of oven mitts. Fooled you, didn't I?
Yes,